Hello, let's solve a Yajilin puzzle. This is called Empty Middle by Prasanna Seshadri. I sourced this from GM Puzzles. There's a link in the description. So what we're doing is we're drawing a loop in the grid. The loop can't cross itself or branch or anything like that. So basically any cell that contains the loop goes through exactly two of its edges. Not one, not three, not four. It can go through zero edges, but that just means it's not on the loop. All right, now every cell in the grid, other than clues and shaded cells, must be on the loop. So if we haven't shaded it and it's not a clue, it must be on the loop. If we have shaded it or it's a clue, it cannot be on the loop. So if these were the only two shaded cells, every single other white cell here would be on the loop and every non-white cell would be not on the loop. Now, shaded cells can never be next to each other. They can't share an edge, so we can't do this. We could do this diagonally, but we can't do this. And the clues here tell us the count of shaded cells in that direction. So this one says that there's exactly one shaded cell in this direction. It's just starting from here, looking in the direction of the arrow. You count how many shaded cells you see until you reach the edge of the grid. Nothing else blocks it. And that should do it. That's it. Those are the rules. I'm going to get started right now. Okay. So zeros mean that I'm going to use dots for must be on the loop. Zeros means no shaded cells, and if it's not shaded, it must be on the loop. So there we go. We also have some of these kind of tight corners here. If I were to try to shade one of these, then I would hit a dead end here. I'd have to include this one because I can't have two shaders next to each other. So I'd hit this dead end, but you can't have dead ends on a loop. And so we can't shade either of them. And so we must take them, and that means the loop does this little U-turn here. And that means it does this U-turn as well. We can remove the dots from any cells that we actually put the loop in. Now, if this turned left, it would make a little tiny mini loop. So it's got to continue here. Same with this one. That was the only way it could go. All right. So now the next thing I want to talk about is what I call potential corners. So this would be a good example here. If this was on the loop, this would be the only choice for it to be on the loop because it's only got two edges that the loop could take, and it must take both. So it's going to take this corner. You can kind of see it's a corner. It's pretty clear just from looking. Now, if it wasn't on the loop, it would have to be shaded. And if it's shaded, then we cannot shade the ones that share an edge, which means these two would be on the loop anyway. So there is no case where these two end up shaded. So every single potential corner, we can dot the two edges that share that corner. I'm very bad at identifying every corner. I always miss one or two, or three or five. But as I see the potential corners, I will mark that. Okay. Now, what else can we say here? So this one is pointing up. That tells us that one of these two is in the loop. Can we learn anything from that? Oh, sorry. It means that one of these is shaded, which means the loop is going to go straight through. So either this is shaded, which makes the loop go straight through here, or this is shaded, which makes the loop go straight through there. So we know the loop goes once through here. Now, do we have anything pointing down into here? Yes, we have a one pointing down into here. So one of these two is shaded. Now, if I did this, then both of these would be on the loop. If I did this, we'd have to go through both tunnels. Okay, so if this was shaded, yeah, I think we can do this up here too. If this was shaded, then we would definitely have both of those on the loop because we can't have two shaders next to each other. And if this is shaded, this is a tunnel we have to go through. So these two are always on the loop. And I think we can do the same thing here. If this was shaded, these two are in. Is it symmetrical though? If this was shaded, we have to take this one, but we could turn, I don't know. Right. If this was shaded, we take these two. If this was shaded, it's, yeah. So these two are in, and I think this one is symmetrical. If this was shaded, we take these two. If this was, we go through. So yeah, both of these are always in. Do we have more like that? We have this one pointing up here, and we know that one's not shaded. So if this was shaded, we take these two. Otherwise, it's a tunnel. So we're always taking those two. Anything else? This one is pointing over here. So we have the same deal. It's symmetric. We can just do those. This one as well. So we take these. this one. So we're taking these. We already knew this one. Any others? We got this one, I believe, yeah. Okay. So are there any clues I've been ignoring that might be helpful? This one here. So there's only one shaded up here. And we know, okay, is it possible to shade like this? I guess is my question. Because if it's not, then the one shaded is going to be like this. But if we did this, we'd have to shade this one, I guess is my point. I think we get a little stuck here. If we shaded those, we'd have to do this. No, it's not stuck. Actually, I think this works okay. Maybe that's what happens. If I did something like this, we'd have to do... Actually, I think there's kind of a parity argument that this doesn't work. Yeah, this doesn't work at all. Like we'd have to take this corner. We'd have to go through this tunnel, and then this corner can't be taken. Yeah, so we're not doing that. And does this have the same issue? We'd come through here. We'd take this corner. Yeah, this is no good. Okay, so we have to do this. That's fun. And so that means we're doing this and this and that. And then this is a corner, so we're taking it. And that means this one's shaded because of this clue here. So we go all the way through. Okay, this is a corner, by the way. This is a corner that we can just say is taken. This is a tunnel we say is taken. This is a tunnel that's taken. Could have had those earlier. We don't know if this connect. Oh, what happened here? We don't know if this connects. It could come down. We don't know if that corner's taken yet. So this one is fulfilled. This one is not yet fulfilled. This is a corner we can take. This is a corner we can take. This is a corner now because it can't go left. It can't go down. Down would be a branch. So we do that. Okay. Now I think this can only, this only has two ways. This is a corner now. So we take that corner. Now, it seems like it's problematic for this to turn right because now we have two branches coming up here. Yeah, it's problematic because one of these is shaded. So if we did this, these would both have to go up, and now one of these is not shaded. So we're going to go left, and that makes this a corner. That shades this one. And so that makes this a corner. We're going to do that tunnel as well. This could wiggle waggle through, or we could shade some, so I'm not sure about that yet. This is the one shaded for this clue, so these are all taken. So that's a corner. We have to take this one. I think that means this has to go left. If this didn't go left, it would go down. This would be a corner, and then we have three ends coming into this little area that they can't escape, right? Three ends is no good. You can't connect them all. So this is going to take that one. And then this is going to have to connect up to this one. So I think we're doing exactly this, and we're shading that one. Now you're allowed to, I guess I could have said in the rules, you're allowed to shade additional cells that aren't clued, as long as they don't conflict with any clues. And you're going to have to in order to get the loop to work. Better late than never, maybe. There's something interesting about the two here, because we can't do these two and we can't do these two, right? So one of these two is definitely shaded and one of these two is definitely shaded. I don't know if these connect or if this goes up. What else can I say here? One of these is shaded, exactly one. Two of these are shaded. Okay, so since we know one of these two is shaded, if this one is shaded, then we have to go through this tunnel. If this one is shaded, then they're out. Yeah, so these are always in. Same with these two. I don't know that we can do the same here, because this doesn't make a tunnel. We could do this, which could zigzag or something. Okay, but I do wonder if these have to be taken. I just don't know if I can prove that. Okay, so what's this end do? Does it... I'm trying to find some more forced moves here because I don't see what to do. We have two of these. Oh, one of these is shaded. We haven't thought about that enough yet, I think. So shading this feels pretty easy. We just kind of do something like that. Shading this one actually just forces... So these do connect. The question is whether they take these first. So if I shaded this one, oh, actually, no, this is no good because we'd have to take this one because it's next to a shaded, and that's a tunnel. And now this is dead-ended. So we're going to do that. This is now a corner that we have to take, and then this has to connect down. Okay. Now this is a corner. What else do I have going on here? Is there anything else pointing somewhere that I haven't thought about? Not that I'm seeing. Is this shaded or no? I don't know what's happening here. How do we finish this? Probably has to do with this, that I'm not seeing enough with the two shaded here or the one shaded here, because those are the only clues left. I'm just saying that because it's the two clues left, so there must be something else to do here. So is this viable, I guess, is my first question, because this is kind of the odd case. Because we're either, if we do this or we do this, we make two tunnels. If we do this, they could be two tunnels, or they could there could be a one zigzag through. So this case would make a bunch of corners, including this corner. This corner, this corner, this corner. I don't know. I'm like not seeing an immediate problem here. There's no zigzag though. They would come straight through. So I think no matter what. Oh no, I could do something like this. I was gonna say no matter what we come through. So maybe that's the only way we don't come through twice though. It's the only way to unlock not going through twice. Because here we have two tunnels. And here we have two tunnels. So is there a problem with going through? Would be, I guess, be my question. We have this corner here. Is this key? I don't know. So let's think about these then. So we'd go through here, we'd go through here. This is a corner. This is a corner. These are taken. So that's a corner, and that's a corner. Yeah, this is 4 ends, so that should be okay. This can't connect to here, though. That would be a mini loop. So I think we'd be doing something like connect this to this and this to that still, or could we connect? No, we can't connect here to here because then this would have to cross through. So these connect in some way, and these connect in some way. We could do something like that, and then shade that one. There's nothing wrong with shading that one. So like it works. Oh no, we made a loop here. Hold on. Is there... Did I connect the wrong things? So we'd have this. What could this connect? This would connect to here. This would connect to here. So we could do some... No, we couldn't do that. We do this. This would be shaded. And then we do this, and this would be shaded. And then we do... This would have to connect here. This is a corner. So we do something along these lines. And I must have broken a rule here because that feels like a solution. If I figure out what rule I just broke, then that tells me why this doesn't work. I didn't mean to finish the puzzle, but here we are. So what clue is broken? 0 is fine. 1 is fine. This one is fine. This one's okay. This one and that one's fine. That one... Oh, this one didn't get anything. So am I able to shade that one? No. I don't know. That's a weird place to break, though. So maybe I need to build up from there. Maybe I just can't figure this part out yet. So there's something going on here where one of these needs to get shaded. So if I shaded this one, This is a problem. Oh, sorry. This has to. Okay, if I shaded this one, this has to go through. But now we have no way for this to go through. Okay, so this is one's shaded. So that goes down. This has to be in, so it's a corner. Now this has to connect there. Okay. Now this is a corner. All right. What's happening here? So now it should be a little bit more obvious why this breaks. We'd have to do that. Yeah, this is a dead end there. So I guess in general, if I were to shade this one, this is a corner. I don't know if that's enough to break something. Hold on. Is there an obvious place I can't shade? If I shade here, this is a corner. This continues here. This can't go up, so this connects to here. We have to take this one. This goes up. You know what? I like this, and I don't know how to prove that that's it. But it looks like it finishes. So can we prove it's not anything else? Like how do we force that situation? Is it that these just can't connect through? Is that the problem? Like I think that is the problem. Like I don't think we're allowed to go through here, but I don't quite understand why. Like just to give one example, this going through twice here. So we have this loop here, and then I guess it just comes, oh, this is dead-ended already. So this doesn't work because these coming through. We have this corner here and we have this corner here that contradict. Okay, so we're not doing that. What about this? This goes through, this goes through. That connects. This has to be in. So that connects there. Yeah, this is no good. That can't be in. Okay, so we're not doing that. So actually the only option is to do that. So we can just draw these corners in now. So do we think about this then? I'm not sure. I mean, I can finish it just by doing this. Sometimes you just kind of vibe the end of these. I think I had it vibed already. Wait, how? No, sorry, that doesn't connect there. This connects to here. We have to avoid. There we go. Wait, did I do it? Did I do something wrong? Again? Oh yeah, there's no shaded this way. When did I get? Maybe that's the key. Maybe that's the key. Maybe there's multiple solutions unless I. Yeah, so I have to shade this one or this one. I can't shade this one. So I'm shading this one here. That makes a tunnel. This is, if I don't think this can be shaded, can it? This would connect here, and then now these would make, actually, I could do this. Oh, okay. So it does go through. Okay, sorry about that ending there. That was a mess. I feel like when it gets to the end of these puzzles, there's like a little bit of a hoodoo voodoo going on there in terms of just vibing it. I don't know. I wish I had like a more straightforward way to have ended that. And I'm sure the people who are more experienced with this do. But yeah, anyway, how'd you do?